Let me say the reasons for carbon is having millions of compounds. What we can say? The reasons for that. That is high catenation power. High catenation power of carbon. You can say it is based on bond energy of carbon to carbon is very high. That's why the catenation is more for carbon. Not only that, carbon is a tetravalent. So if you think about carbon, if you let us think about carbon, nitrogen and oxygen. See, the carbon is a tetravalent, nitrogen is trivalent, oxygen is divalent. So the more bonds is possible by carbon. And if you think about bond energies, this carbon-carbon bond energy is more compared to nitrogen-nitrogen and oxygen-oxygen. Because in the case of nitrogen there is repulsions among the non-bonded electrons, the repulsions. So the repulsions among the non-bonded electrons makes the bond energy between them is less. So similarly, it is still going to be more and more. These repulsions are still higher and higher. That's why the bond energies order will be like this. So this is one of the important factor for having high catenation power in carbon compounds. So the tetravalency of carbon, high bond energy of carbon to carbon is responsible to have high catenation power. The catenation refers to the self-linkage of atoms to form longer chains or branches or even cyclic compounds. Other than the catenation power, it is capable to form multiple bonds because it is an element of second period. And it is also a possibility to exhibit isomerism because a carbon is a non-metal which takes a covalent bond formation. You know, covalent bond is a directional bond. So that makes isomerism phenomenon is also exhibited. So we can say based on catenation power, multiple bond formation and exhibiting of isomerism, all this makes there is millions of carbon compounds existed. So a separate branch of organic chemistry necessary to study. Okay, if you think about what is the way of bonding taken by this carbon element while forming the millions of carbon compounds. So let us see that one. So if you think about the bonding by carbon in the compounds, if you write the configuration, carbon is a 6, it is having configuration of 2, 4. That means it is going to be 1s2, 2s, 2p. This is 1s, 2s2 and 2p2. This is a ground state configuration. But in the case of bonding, this part is 2s and 2p, that is the electrons of valency shell is going to involve in bonding. So you can write with reference to that. So these are the orbitals going to involve in bonding. So while involving, there is 4 off-field orbitals. That makes the carbon takes normally 4 bonds in its compounds. That means it is satisfying its valency, tetravalency of carbon. So it is having while involving taking of 4 bonds, there are different geometries are possible by this carbon. That means how carbon links to its surrounding atoms. In what fashion? In what fashion it is linking to its surrounding atoms? Either it is a 3-dimensional manner or 2-dimensional like that. 3-dimensional means whenever there is a hybridization, if suppose there is a scope of hybridization, it is having hybridization of sp hybridization. There is a scope of taking of sp2 hybridization. There is a scope of taking of sp3 hybridization. So carbon in its compounds, the possibility to take 3 different hybridizations, sp, sp2, sp3. For example, if you take sp3, in this example you can give CH4 is example under sp3 abbreviation, and sp2 you can give an example like C2H4 ethene. Under sp you can give an example of C2H2. See, for example, sp3 means the carbon orbitals. We have in sp3 there are 1s and 3p orbitals are mixing and giving 4 new orbitals, and they normally have this kind. You can say the 4 hybrid orbitals is going to be in a tetrahedron. It is a 3-dimensional geometry. You can write like this. It is a 3-dimensional part. That means all the 4 bonds are not on the plane. 2 bonds are on the plane of the port, and 2 bonds, one bond is approaching us, another bond is away from us. So in this there are 4 hybrid orbitals. You can say along this part 1 hybrid, second one, third one, fourth one. It is further links to hydrogens. If it is hydrogen is nothing but 1s orbital. So this is the geometry of methane. So this is geometry of methane where the angle between any two bonds, is 109.5 degrees. This is a tetrahedral angle. Okay. So the way of taking bonding by carbon, when our carbon takes sp3 abbreviation, it is going to link with 4 neighboring atoms through sigma bonds. So we can say all these bonds are what? Sigma bonds. The overlapping along the internuclear axis. So this overlapping is referred as a sigma overlapping. So we have 4 sigma bonds. It means a carbon. If we think about the carbon, there it links to 4 hydrogen atoms via sigma bonds. So whenever the sigma bond is there, that is a hybrid orbital. So there are 4 sigma bonds. That means 4 hybrid orbitals are required. So 4 hybrid orbitals, that is the abbreviation of carbon is sp3, and shape is tetrahedron. Bond angle is 109.5 degrees. Like this, the carbon in its compounds, one of the possibility of bonding by carbon is sp3 hybridization. Let me analyze the sp2 hybridization. In the case of sp2 hybridization, there is 1 s orbital and 2 p orbitals are intermixed and gives rise to 3 hybrid orbitals, and which normally orient along the plane, planar triangular. Suppose if you take sp2 hybridization, in the case of C2H4, there are 2 atoms are there. Let me say carbon and carbon. There are 3 hybrid orbitals. They just locate in a plane of a triangle. So this is 1 hybrid orbital, second one, third one. 3 hybrid orbitals will be there. Now, for other 2 carbons are there. This carbon also you can take hybrid orbital. Okay, this is the way of bonding by carbon atoms in the molecule of C2H4. In order to explain the geometry of C2H4, sp2 hybridization is necessary. So in this, we can say that each one is what? sp2 hybrid orbital at carbon. Similarly here also sp2 and sp2. In that one sigma bond between carbon and carbon links via sigma bond, that is sp2 and sp2 hybrid orbitals. And here the hydrogens links to this remaining orbitals. 4 hydrogens. 1 hydrogen is links here like this. So like this, the way of bonding in terms of orbital overlapping, I am saying, that is in terms of bonding, the bonding in C2H4 through orbital overlapping, that is called orbital picture of C2H4. And here we have all are sigma bonds. So this is the location of atoms in C2H4. But there is one more bond is taking place in C2H4. There is, if you think about sp2 hybridization, 1s and 2p orbitals are mixed and results 3 hybrid orbitals. But there is one more orbital which is unhybridized orbital. That is nothing but a p orbital. And normally which lies perpendicular to this plane. It is under plane, and there is an orbital at each carbon which lies perpendicular to the plane. So see that it is a, if I say this, all the atoms on the plane of the board, and there are 2 lobes for p orbital. One lobe is approaching us, one lobe is away from us, like that. So it is perpendicular to the plane. Now which involves a sideways overlapping. This is formation of pi bond. So like this, carbon takes sp hybridization in the molecule of CTH4. So what is the geometry of this? Geometry is said to be planar only. All atoms located in a plane. This carbon links its neighboring atoms by one plane, that is a planar triangle. And this carbon links its neighboring atoms by plane, that is like this. There are two planes. This is one plane and this is another plane. Two triangles are there. Both are falling on the same plane. But there is one more additional bond between carbon and carbon, that is a pi bond. That is normally referred as a sideways overlapping of two p orbital. Horizontal overlapping of orbitals is called sigma bond, which is a stronger. Sideways overlapping is a pi bond. So like this in CTH4 we have, this is the picture of orbital picture of CTH4 where the bonding of carbon is we understood. So here it is a, what is the bond angle normally? It is sp2 means the angle. We take C2, it is the structure of CTH4. Here the angle between the bonds is normally 120 degrees. Like this. So it is angle is 120 degrees. In this way we can think about how sp2 hybridization will work out in carbon compound. So if we take for example sp hybridization, one of the example of sp hybridization, it is a happens by CTH2, that means two carbons and two hydrogens. So where each carbon takes sp hybridization, there is only two orbitals mix and gives two new orbitals, and each carbon is having two hybrid orbital in a line. This is one hybrid orbital, this is another hybrid orbital. They stay in a line linearly, and you take one more carbon like this. So sp and sp like this. And these hybrid orbitals going to link with two hydrogens. That means already among the two, one is involved to take link between two carbon atoms, and this is involved to link with hydrogen. Similarly, this also involves to link with hydrogen. So they all lie in a single line. So it is linear molecule. Whenever sp hybridization is there, normally which dictates to link its neighboring atoms through a line, in a line, through a line. So it is sp hybridization. Now there is two unhybridized p orbitals that is going to be stay in other two axes. As these are staying in one line, let me say this all line in a z axis. Then we have this is in y axis, and one more is going to stay in x axis. Similarly here also, one is lying in y axis and another one is lying in x axis. So now they involve in sideways overlapping. That means it is a p orbital. So this involved in a sideways overlapping pi bond, and it is also p orbital, which is also involved in sideways overlapping. Like this. So this is the orbital picture of C2H2, where the geometry is what? Linear. And what is angle? Angle between, if we write the structure of this, you can write like this. There are two double bonds. The angle between them is 180 degree. The angle is 180 degree. So in this way, basically how carbon takes its bonding in its molecules, you can understand. That means it takes sp3, sp2 or sp hybridization in their respective molecules. Okay, now let me go for classification of carbon compounds through its skeleton. There is a classification. We can say that there is a carbon, it's a normally valency of 4. There are two options to form its compounds, either a open chain or closed chain. Open chain. the technical term of open chain is also, it is a cyclic. It is called as, other name of this is cyclic. Other name of this is acyclic. Acyclic means open chain. Cyclic means closed chain. So here the basic difference of that is nothing but open chain means when a carbons are linked in a straight manner. That means closed means if suppose there are three carbons are there, they just connected like this. All the three carbons are connected in a cycle. That is called closed chain. There is a presence of a closed. But if three carbons is appeared like this, 1, 2, 3, it is open chain. The first carbon and third carbon is not having a link. It is open part, open chain and closed chain. That is the meaning of open chain compounds and closed chain compounds. Now under open chain we have option of normally saturated and unsaturated. There is a saturated and unsaturated compound. That means in the case of saturated, there is only carbon to carbon single bonds only present. That means every atom is going to involve what type reaction? Because there is 4 sigma bonds are there. Every atom involves sp3 hybridization. Carbon to carbon single bond, and it involves in sp3 hybridization. That is saturated compounds. But unsaturated means there is a presence of carbon to carbon multiple bond, either double bond or triple bond. So this is called unsaturated compounds. Okay, here the hybridization of carbon is sp2. Here hybridization of carbon is sp. Because only one pi bond here, here 2 pi bonds are there. So 2 sigma bonds means 2 directional bonds, sp hybridization. Here 3 directional bonds, sp2 hybridization. So the presence of double bond is refers to unsaturated, double bond or triple bond. Under this unsaturated compounds, if suppose many double bonds are present, that means polyenes or dienes. If we consider something like a diene or polyene, suppose 2 double bonds are there, these are called alkane. This is called alkene. These are called as alkyne. Alkene, alkyne, and alkane. If suppose there is many double bond, that is called alkdiene. 2 double bonds means diene. 3 double bonds means triene, like that. So in that, let me take if we take a compounds of dienes, we can categorize them in a different ways. When 2 double bonds appear, there are 3 different possibilities are there. Let me say the 2 double bonds are just arranged in alternative manner. One more option. It is no alternative. It is not conjugation. You can say it is called conjugation, alternative. It can be formed another structure just by moving of the bonds, like this. So it is called as a conjugation. So what is the real structure of this? The real structure of this is going to be like this. There is a presence of double bond character from between every atom. 1, 2, 3. Between 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4. The double bond character is appeared. It is due to conjugation of the pi bonded electrons. Otherwise, oscillation of the pi bonded electrons through the resonance. Based on the resonance, we can say there is oscillation of pi bonded electrons along the carbon 1 to carbon 4. It gives some extra stability. Because whenever the 2 pi bonds which is oscillated from carbon 1 to carbon 4, which is held by the nuclei of the 4 carbon atoms, so which is normally more stable and having a lower energy, and which is explained in the concept of resonance. The concept of resonance is nothing but the conjugation of the pi bonded electrons, whereas the pi bonded electrons, which is called a delocalized pi bonds, which just oscillates from many atoms. Oscillation of the pi bond electrons over many carbon atoms, which gives extra stability because they are under control of the nuclei of many carbon atoms. So that extra stability is called as that makes stabilization energy or resonance energy. So it is one category of dienes. it is referred as, I can say this is named as conjugated dienes. Conjugated. If suppose there is no conjugation, they are referred as isolated. Sometimes two double bonds appear very adjacent, very cumulatively. We can say, for example, they just appear like this. Like this. So then it is called as a cumulative. Cumulative. So we have conjugated, isolated and cumulative. So among this is a more stable, because based on the resonance we can say the conjugated systems are more stable. And among isolated and cumulative, isolated is better than cumulative, because in cumulative both the pi bonded electrons are very closer and they have involves repulsion. The pi bonds. So the pi bonds, where the electron cloud of two pi bonds will just very nearer and makes repulsion, and is the least stable. So if you think about order of stability among these two, the conjugated is more stable compared to isolated and the other. So this is the order of stability among these three kinds of dienes. Okay, now let us consider closed particle. One of the simple way of categorization of the closed or cyclic part is, we can say one of the categorization is homocyclic and heterocyclic. Homo means the chain, the closed chain is just resulted by linking of carbon atoms. If suppose there are, let me say there is two carbons, three carbons are connected to form a cycle. That is a carbocyclic or homocyclic. But if suppose one of the carbon is replaced with some other carbon, some other atom other than carbon, let me put here oxygen. So now this is not a homocyclic, because the cycle formed with two carbons and one oxygen. So it is heterocyclic, but this is a homocyclic. That is the basic difference of homocyclic and heterocyclic. Now, I want to go, there is a broad classification of the cyclic compound. The cyclic compounds which are categorized, the cyclic, which is noticed as two things will be noticed, whether the cycle is in a planar or non-planar. So if the cyclic compound is a non-planar, what is the name of that? And if the cyclic compound is planar. So there is two scopes for a cycle, whether the cycle may be non-planar or the cycle may be a planar. So in the case of non-planar, normally, suppose example, if we just take a bond like this. So take this one. So I just take a compound like this. So it is a 4 carbons and here double bond, but here these are not sp2 hybridization. That means whenever there is any one of the atom is in sp3 hybridization, it is going to be tetrahedron geometry. It links via tetrahedron fashion. This carbon links to its neighboring atoms, 2 carbons and 2 hydrogens. They are not in a plane. Suppose one hydrogen is at the upper part, one hydrogen is at the lower part. So like that, all the surrounding atoms are not in a plane. That is called a non-planar. That means any one of the atom, minimum one atom having sp3 hybridization, at least one atom having sp3 hybridization. We can say non-planar is possible whenever at least one atom, at least one carbon atom with sp3 hybridization. That makes non-planarity. And these compounds, then it is referred as what? Therefore, such compounds are called aliphatic, otherwise alicyclic. Aliphatic cyclic compounds, or simply alicyclic. aliphatic cyclic or alicyclic. It's nothing but something like open chain compounds, but the difference is only cyclic. It is a closed chain, but it is having the similarities of open chain compounds. That is called aliphatic. All open chain compounds are aliphatic. Now think about planar. Under planar molecules, the requirement is, we can say, here every atom. Here we can say the requirement is every atom of cycle. Every atom of every carbon atom, every carbon atom of cycle takes sp2 hybridization only. Takes sp2 hybridization. Then only it is going to be planar, because sp2 hybridization means planar triangle, so it is going to be in a plane. So in that, whenever there is a planar molecule, so definitely there is one unhybridized p orbital, and those p orbitals there is a scope of involving sidewise overlapping, and which normally happens in a conjugated manner. So that's why it is noticed that there will be a conjugation of pi orbital, conjugation among the pi bonds. There is a formation of pi bonds, so conjugated pi electron system. There is a scope of conjugated pi electron system. Conjugated pi electron system. So in order to have the planarity, there must be a conjugation a pi electron system. The pi electrons, which is formed by the sidewise overlapping of the p orbitals. So there is a carbon having a, for example, if we take, we take a cyclic compound. We just take a compound like cyclic compound. As I am saying, sp2 hybridization, what does it mean? There is a, like this. So here, every atom takes sp2 hybridization. Every atom takes sp2 hybridization. So now what about these pi bonds? They have the conjugation, alternative pi bonds. So that kind of system is called conjugated pi electron system. So definitely that then it is going to be planar. Even if we take like this. So there is a conjugation of two pi bonds. So like that, whenever the conjugated pi electron system in a cyclic system, then we can say that there is each and every atom takes sp2 hybridization. So it is connected to 1, 2, 3, 3 directional bonds only, and one is a pi bond. So it is sp2 hybridization. So in order to have a conjugated pi electron system, we can say the condition every carbon atom having sp2 hybridization. So in that conjugated manners, there are two possibilities are there. The conjugated pi electrons is either of obeying two rules, whether they have obeying 4n plus 2 rule, 4n plus 2 pi electrons, or 4n number of pi electrons, where n is just an integer. Just we can say that n is an integer. You can say right from 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. So for example, in this example, if you keep n is equal to 1, in this example, here n is equal, in this example when n is equal to 1, there are how many electrons are under conjugation? 3 pi bonds, 6 electrons. N is equal to 1, 4 ones are 4 plus 2, that is 6 pi electrons are there, just 3 pi bonds. That means each pi bond is 2 electrons. So 3 pi bond, that means how many electrons? This is a system of how many electrons? It is a system of, this is an example of a 6 electron conjugation. So the 6 pi electron conjugation, this is a system of 6 pi electron conjugation. In this case, it is 2 pi bonds. That means in this case, once again, we just consider it is a system of n is equal to 1, 4 ones are 4, 4 pi electrons are there. I can say this is a system of what? 4 electron pi conjugation. So it is a cycle. Both are cyclic and both are planar, because in both the cases, every atom takes sp2 hybridization in order to maintain the planarity. Once every atom takes sp2 hybridization and planarity is maintained, there is one more scope. There is a conjugation of pi bonded electrons. This conjugation of pi bonded electrons is how many? Whether it is following 4n plus 2 or 4n. If it follows 4n plus 2 chiral, then such thing is called as that is a 4n plus 2 chiral. So there are two categorization of conjugation, whether conjugation of 4n plus 2 pi number of electrons or 4n pi number of electrons. So whenever there is a conjugation of 4n plus 2 pi electrons, such system is referred as aromatic. Then this is referred as aromatic categorization. That means under planar compounds, cyclic and planar, there is two categories. One is aromatic and other one is called anti-aromatic. So there is aromatic and anti-aromatic compounds. Okay. So cyclic compounds, non-planar and planar. Non-planar condition, at least one carbon atom takes sp3 abbreviation, then it is a non-planar. Definitely such compounds are called aliphatic compound. That means similar behavior to open chain compounds. That is the meaning, aliphatic compounds. So in the case of planar, there definitely every carbon atom of cycle must have sp2 abbreviation, then only planarity will be sustainable. So in that situation, there is a scope of conjugation. The conjugation among the pi bonded electron system. This conjugated among the pi bonded electron. And there are two ways of conjugation. Whether it is following either 4n plus 2 pi electron conjugation or 4n pi electron system of conjugation. Whenever there is a conjugation of 4n plus 2 pi electron system of conjugation, that species is called as aromatic species. If it is follows 4n pi number of electron, that species is called anti-aromatic.